Hello, my friend, and welcome. In this lesson, I will teach you real English sentences for small talk. You will hear each sentence. Then I will explain what it means. Then you will repeat. Let's begin. When you meet someone, you can say, "Hi, how are you?" This is a simple greeting. Now you repeat, "Hi, how are you?" A common reply is, "I'm good, thanks. And you?" You say this to answer and ask back. Now you repeat, "I'm good, thanks. And you?" Next, you can ask, "What's your name?" This is how you ask someone's name. Now you repeat, "What's your name?" You can reply, "My name is Sarah." Now you repeat, "My name is Sarah." After that, say, "Nice to meet you." This is polite when meeting someone new. Now you repeat, "Nice to meet you." To ask about where someone is from, you say, "Where are you from?" Now you repeat, "Where are you from?" A simple answer is, "I'm from Brazil." Now you repeat, "I'm from Brazil." You can also ask, "Do you live around here?" This means you want to know if they live nearby. Now you repeat, "Do you live around here?" They might say, "Yes, I live just down the street." Now you repeat, "Yes, I live just down the street." A friendly question is, "How's your day going?" You say this to ask how their day is. Now you repeat, "How's your day going?" A good answer is, "It's going well, thanks." Now you repeat, "It's going well, thanks." Another question is, "Are you from here?" You ask this to find out if someone is local. Now you repeat, "Are you from here?" If not, they might say, "No, I'm just visiting." Now you repeat, "No, I'm just visiting." They could also say, "I'm here on holiday." That means they are traveling for fun. Now you repeat, "I'm here on holiday." Or, "I'm here for work." That means they are here for a job. Now you repeat, "I'm here for work." To keep the conversation going, you can ask, "Do you like it here?" This means you want to know if they enjoy the place. Now you repeat, "Do you like it here?" A good answer is, "Yes, it's very nice." Now you repeat, "Yes, it's very nice." You can also say, "The people are friendly." Now you repeat, "The people are friendly." Or, "The food is great." Now you repeat, "The food is great." If you want to ask about someone's job, you say, "What do you do?" Now you repeat, "What do you do?" They may answer, "I'm a teacher." Now you repeat, "I'm a teacher." Then you can ask, "Do you work nearby?" That means, "Is your job close to here?" Now you repeat, "Do you work nearby?" A common reply is, "Yes, just a few minutes away." Now you repeat, "Yes, just a few minutes away." You can reply, "That's convenient." That means it's easy for them. Now you repeat, "That's convenient." Then ask, "Do you enjoy your job?" Now you repeat, "Do you enjoy your job?" They might say, "Yes, I love it." Now you repeat, "Yes, I love it." Or they might say, "It's a bit stressful sometimes." Now you repeat, "It's a bit stressful sometimes." To keep the talk friendly, say, "What about you?" This shows interest in the other person. Now you repeat, what about you? You might reply, I work in IT. Now you repeat, I work in IT, or I'm a student. Now you repeat, I'm a student. If someone is a student, you can ask, what are you studying? Now you repeat, what are you studying? They might say, I study English. Now you repeat, I study English. You can reply, that's great. Now you repeat, that's great. You can also give a compliment. Your English is good. Now you repeat, your English is good. The person may say, thank you. Now you repeat, thank you. Now let's talk about time. Ask, how long have you been here? This means how many days, weeks, or months. Now you repeat, how long have you been here? The person might say, just a few days. Now you repeat, just a few days, or I arrived last week. Now you repeat, I arrived last week. You can also talk about travel. Ask, do you travel a lot? Now you repeat, do you travel a lot? A possible reply is, yes, I love visiting new places. Now you repeat, yes, I love visiting new places. Someone may say, I've been to many countries. Now you repeat, I've been to many countries. Or, this is my first time abroad. Now you repeat, this is my first time abroad. You can say, that's exciting. Now you repeat, that's exciting. Next, you can ask about hobbies. Say, what do you like to do in your free time? Now you repeat, what do you like to do in your free time? The answer could be, I like reading and walking. Now you repeat, I like reading and walking. Or, I watch movies a lot. Now you repeat, I watch movies a lot. Some people might say, I enjoy cooking. Now you repeat, I enjoy cooking. Let's talk about sports. Ask, do you like sports? Now you repeat, do you like sports? One answer is, yes, I play football. Now you repeat, yes, I play football. Another is, I don't like sports much. Now you repeat, I don't like sports much. Great job. You have now learned 50 powerful small talk sentences. These are simple and real. You can use them in any casual conversation. Now let's talk about the weather. It's a very common topic in small talk. You can say, it's a beautiful day. You use this when the weather is nice. Now you repeat, it's a beautiful day. Or you can say, it's really hot today. Now you repeat, it's really hot today. You can also say, it's cold and windy. Now you repeat, it's cold and windy. If the weather is bad, say, it's raining a lot. Now you repeat, it's raining a lot. Another way is, I think it's going to rain. Now you repeat, I think it's going to rain. If you're not sure, say, do you think it will rain later? Now you repeat, do you think it will rain later? You can reply, I hope not. Now you repeat, I hope not. Sometimes people say, I love this kind of weather. Now you repeat, I love this kind of weather. Or, I prefer cold weather. Now you repeat, I prefer cold weather. You can also say, I don't like hot weather. Now you repeat, I don't like hot weather. If the sun is strong, say, It's very sunny today. Now you repeat, it's very sunny today. Or, I forgot my umbrella. Now you repeat, I forgot my umbrella. Let's talk about free time and weekends. Ask, what are you doing this weekend? Now you repeat, what are you doing this weekend? A reply might be, I'm going to the beach. Now you repeat, I'm going to the beach. Or, I'm staying home to relax. Now you repeat, I'm staying home to relax. Another answer is, I have no plans yet. Now you repeat, I have no plans yet. You can also ask, do you want to grab a coffee sometime? Now you repeat, do you want to grab a coffee sometime? Or, would you like to hang out? Now you repeat, would you like to hang out? If someone invites you, you can say, that sounds fun. Now you repeat, that sounds fun. Or say, sure, I'd love to. Now you repeat, sure, I'd love to. If you're not free, say, sorry, I'm busy that day. Now you repeat, sorry, I'm busy that day. You can also say, maybe another time. Now you repeat, maybe another time. If you want to meet again, say, let's meet again soon. Now you repeat, let's meet again soon. Let's talk about food and drink. Say, I'm hungry. Now you repeat, I'm hungry. Or, let's get something to eat. Now you repeat, let's get something to eat. You can ask, do you want to get lunch? Now you repeat, do you want to get lunch? Or, want to grab a coffee? Now you repeat, want to grab a coffee? You can also ask, what's your favorite food? Now you repeat, what's your favorite food? A reply might be, I love pizza. Now you repeat, I love pizza. Or, I like spicy food. Now you repeat, I like spicy food. You might say, I don't eat meat. Now you repeat, I don't eat meat. Or, I'm vegetarian. Now you repeat, I'm vegetarian. To talk about drinks, say, I drink a lot of tea. Now you repeat, I drink a lot of tea. Or, I need my morning coffee. Now you repeat, I need my morning coffee. If you want to offer something, say, would you like some water? Now you repeat, would you like some water? If someone offers you food, say, thank you, that looks good. Now you repeat, thank you, that looks good. If you like something, say, this is delicious. Now you repeat, this is delicious. You can also say, I don't like this very much. Now you repeat, I don't like this very much. Or, it's a bit too sweet for me. Now you repeat, it's a bit too sweet for me. Let's talk about entertainment. You can ask, have you seen that movie? Now you repeat, have you seen that movie? Or, what kind of movies do you like? Now you repeat, what kind of movies do you like? A reply might be, I like comedies. Now you repeat, I like comedies. Or, I enjoy action movies. Now you repeat, I enjoy action movies. If you love movies, say, I watch movies every weekend. Now you repeat, I watch movies every weekend. You can also say, I love going to the cinema. Now you repeat, I love going to the cinema. If you don't go often, say, I don't watch movies much. Now you repeat, I don't watch movies much. Let's talk about music. Ask, what kind of music do you like? Now you repeat, what kind of music do you like? A reply might be, I like pop music. Now you repeat, I like pop music. Or, I listen to rock. Now you repeat, I listen to rock. You can say, I play the guitar. Now you repeat, I play the guitar. Or, I love singing. Now you repeat, I love singing. You might also say, music helps me relax. Now you repeat, music helps me relax. Now let's talk about family. You can ask, do you have any brothers or sisters? Now you repeat, do you have any brothers or sisters? A reply might be, yes, I have one sister. Now you repeat, yes, I have one sister. Or, I'm an only child. Now you repeat, I'm an only child. You can say, I have two kids. Now you repeat, I have two kids. Or, I'm married. Now you repeat, I'm married. You can also say, I live with my parents. Now you repeat, I live with my parents. That's the end of part 2. You now know 100 small talk sentences. These are real and useful. You can use them to talk about the weather, weekends, food, family, and more. Let's talk about daily life. You can say, I usually wake up early. Now you repeat, I usually wake up early. Or, I work from home. Now you repeat, I work from home. If you go to the office, say, I take the bus to work. Now you repeat, I take the bus to work. Or, I drive to work. Now you repeat, I drive to work. You can say, I work 9 to 5. Now you repeat, I work 9 to 5. Or, I'm a student. Now you repeat, I'm a student. You might also say, I'm looking for a job. Now you repeat, I'm looking for a job. Or, I'm taking a break right now. Now you repeat, I'm taking a break right now. Let's talk about hobbies. Ask, what do you do for fun? Now you repeat, what do you do for fun? A reply could be, I like reading. Now you repeat, I like reading. Or, I enjoy hiking. Now you repeat, I enjoy hiking. You might say, I play video games. Now you repeat, I play video games. Or, I go jogging in the morning. Now you repeat, I go jogging in the morning. If you enjoy relaxing, say, I love watching Netflix. Now you repeat, I love watching Netflix. You can also say, I like learning new things. Now you repeat, I like learning new things. Let's talk about health. Say, I try to eat healthy. Now you repeat, I try to eat healthy. Or, I go to the gym. Now you repeat, I go to the gym. You might say, I walk every day. Now you repeat, I walk every day. Or, I drink a lot of water. Now you repeat, I drink a lot of water. If you're tired, say, I didn't sleep well. Now you repeat, I didn't sleep well. Or, I need more rest. Now you repeat, I need more rest. If someone is sick, say, I hope you feel better soon. Now you repeat, I hope you feel better soon. Or, take care of yourself. Now you repeat, take care of yourself. Let's talk about technology. Say, I'm always on my phone. Now you repeat, I'm always on my phone. Or, I use social media a lot. Now you repeat, I use social media a lot. You might say, I'm not very tech savvy. Now you repeat, I'm not very tech savvy. Or, I prefer using a laptop. Now you repeat, I prefer using a laptop. You can ask, do you use Instagram? Now you repeat, do you use Instagram? Or, what apps do you use the most? Now you repeat, what apps do you use the most? You might also say, I need to take a break from my phone. Now you repeat, I need to take a break from my phone. Let's talk about travel. Ask, do you like to travel? Now you repeat, do you like to travel? A reply might be, yes, I love it. Now you repeat, yes, I love it. Or, I haven't traveled much. Now you repeat, I haven't traveled much. You can say, I want to visit Japan someday. Now you repeat, I want to visit Japan someday. Or, I've been to 3 countries. Now you repeat, I've been to 3 countries. If you went somewhere recently, say, I just came back from a trip. Now you repeat, I just came back from a trip. Or, I love learning about new cultures. Now you repeat, I love learning about new cultures. Let's end with simple expressions for staying in touch. Say, let's keep in touch. Now you repeat, let's keep in touch. Or, can I have your number? Now you repeat, can I have your number? You can also say, are you on WhatsApp? Now you repeat, are you on WhatsApp? Or, let's follow each other on Instagram. Now you repeat, let's follow each other on Instagram. If you're ending a conversation, say, it was nice talking to you. Now you repeat, it was nice talking to you. Or, I hope we can talk again. Now you repeat, I hope we can talk again.